Right now, this morning, a community unites to save lives. Learn how local advocates are strengthening suicide prevention resources and how you can get involved. And build your dream home with a tap. The surge in Americans ordering complete home kits from their smartphones.
Plus, we have snow and rainfall possibilities moving into the area with breezy and gusty winds. We'll talk about that when I return in just a moment.
Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for watching News 8 Now this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Mark Jarrett.
It is Wednesday, November 20th, so the morning commute should be okay snow-wise, right? But afternoon, you can't promise the same thing.
I cannot. Maybe even in the late morning hours. You know what? Do you notice my little snowflakes on my tie?
Oh my gosh, you are perfect. Yeah, fitting.
And away we go with that. Speaking of perfect, we'll be holding on to this happening for us today. We've got, again, snow showers that move into the picture, and we'll have the wet roads coming into the late morning hours, going into, over into your afternoon and evening commutes, and it will be breezy. We'll see winds up to 30 miles per hour, near 40 miles per hour for today. We'll also be picking up the possibility of rain and snow moving into the picture all the way into tomorrow as well, and it will also be light in the form of widespread snow showers. We're looking at temperatures today, highs. Well, this is on average for the area here, 47 to 42 degrees, and we normally would have at least the 30 to 25 degree temperatures here. We're near seasonal averages going in for the snow right about now, but when I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this is all going to play out for you through your day and into tomorrow, and possibly take a look at what we've got coming up for Thanksgiving. Stick around.
Happening today, a La Crosse man charged with killing his stepfather is due back in court. 41-year-old Alan Fry has pleaded not guilty to first-degree intentional homicide and weapons charges. Investigators say he shot his stepfather Brady Fredrickson in January after an argument over a coat. Fry remains in jail on a $750,000 cash bond. The next administration, meanwhile, continuing to take shape. President-elect Donald Trump turning to familiar faces, picking TV's Dr. Oz and former wrestling executive Linda McMahon for key positions. Naomi Ruckham has those details.
President-elect Donald Trump has revealed more picks to his incoming administration. Among them, transition advisor and billionaire businessman Howard Lutnick for Commerce Secretary. His former small business administrator, Linda McMahon, co-founder of WWE with husband Vince McMahon, to be Secretary of Education. Also TV personality Dr. Mehmet Oz as Trump's choice to lead the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Yesterday in Texas, Trump joined SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, now one of his closest advisors, at the test launch of the company's largest vessel. Musk has been tapped to co-chair Trump's newly created Department of Government Efficiency, though Musk's companies, SpaceX and Tesla, have more than $13 billion in government contracts. Trump was questioned over his controversial choice of former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz to be the next Attorney General.
Are you reconsidering the nomination of Matt Gaetz?
No.
But even some members of his own party have expressed doubts that Gaetz can be confirmed by the Senate.
I wouldn't bet my house on it one way or the other.
Today, the House Ethics Committee meets amid calls for it to release its report probing allegations against Gaetz of sexual misconduct, including claims that he had sex with a minor. Gaetz has denied all wrongdoing and says the allegations are a smear.
CBS News has learned other materials tied to separate investigations of Matt Gaetz were leaked to an unknown third party, including the sworn deposition of the minor at the center of the claims against Gaetz. A major shift in U.S. military aid to Ukraine. The Biden administration now letting Ukraine have anti-personnel mines just days after approving long-range missile strikes into Russia. Officials say the mines will help Ukraine defend its eastern regions where Russian forces keep pushing forward. And back here closer to home, for the second year in a row, the city of La Crosse deciding to not pay for large item pickup service. News 8 Now's Grace Monk explains.
The motion to add $105,000 to the city's budget for large item pickup failed in a vote of 8-4. Councilmember Chris Woodard says it's a service the city should provide.
We should be stewards not only to the environment but also to our people of La Crosse.
He says not providing the service has led to illegal dumping.
And just in the last year, there have been a couple incidents of illegal dumping, and I know personally I've dealt with one A constituent in my district had a mattress and box spring illegally dumped on her property.
Councilmember Barb Jansen voted against the motion. She says the city should use the money to pay for other services.
There's more benefits of not providing this service. I think people would much rather have their streets plowed and things like that.
Large item pickup used to happen in May during college move-out. This year, UWL helped students living on campus get rid of their furniture by taking it to Habitat for Humanity.
They probably wouldn't have done that if we continued to do large item pickup.
But without city funding, residents have to get rid of large items themselves.
They're either calling Restore to have it picked up if it's something that can be reused. They're calling maybe one of these businesses, or they're talking to a neighbor or a friend who's planning to go anyway.
They're also required to pay for it.
If they were to take their own items to the landfill, it's a $5 minimum, and that doesn't even count, if you have to rent a truck or hire somebody to take that.
The city's website suggests calling Harder's Quick Cleaning Service for large item pickup. Depending on the item, residents can pay anywhere from $30 to $225. Jansen says residents have adjusted to the change.
The first year is probably going to be the most difficult, so we've already got through the worst of it, and so I think it can only get better.
But Woodard says it will create more problems.
I think the data will just continue to grow and show that, instances of illegal dumping are happening, and the numbers are up.
He says the motion will most likely resurface during next year's budget talk. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now this morning.
A local foundation's final fundraiser aims to help save lives. Schmitty's Bar and Restaurant will host the Joe Was Just Joe Foundation event this weekend. The group supports mental health and suicide prevention across our area. Dave Clement started the foundation after losing his son Joseph in 2008, hoping to prevent other families from facing the same heartbreak.
He lost his battle with depression, and I just thought that I wasn't going to let that happen without something positive coming from it. We've had great success. I've had 9 families tell me that hearing Joe's story and hearing me talk about mental health has stopped one of their children from taking their own life.
This year's event will be held from 3 to 7 Sunday. In 15 years, they've provided more than $230,000 for local mental health programs. Holiday shoppers have fewer days to browse local stores this season. That has some local businesses worried. The Small Business Index says 8 in 10 small businesses count on holiday sales to hit their yearly goals. But downtown La Crosse shops say they're divided.
We're losing 1 week of anticipated Christmas type sales.
I'm really hopeful for the seasons. Things have been going really well the last few years, coming out of the pandemic.
Statistics show people will spend nearly 8% more this year than last. The La Crosse Area Community Foundation is handing out $300,000 to 4 local nonprofits. The money goes to newer groups like the Hmong Cultural Center and La Crosse Lighthouse, aimed at helping them grow.
We want to be able to bring in programs and do other stuff that we are not able to. And with this grant, I believe it's going to totally open up the doors for the center.
Since its creation, the La Crosse Area Community Foundation has awarded more than $70 million in grants and scholarships. Time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news, younger shoppers opening their wallets this holiday season, plus the student loan payment mistake hitting thousands of bank accounts, and why Oregon's EV numbers have the state celebrating. And more Americans are buying their first home online. We'll show you what's behind the trend. And for now, sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A Claude Monet masterpiece just made a splash at auction. His famous water lilies painting selling for more than $65 million after 17 minutes of heated bidding. It is the first time this particular Monet has ever hit the auction block.
After 41 years of serving the Winona community, Holton's Jewelers is closing forever. Enjoy savings up to 70% off store-wide. Plus, take an additional 10% off the lowest prices. Save big at Holton's today. Hurry in.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
It's your last chance. Menards 11% rebate ends Thanksgiving Day. Upgrade your bathroom with our great selection of Lion showers, bathtubs, and surrounds. This linear bathtub shower is spacious and easy to clean. Right now, just $599.99 after rebate. Our selection of Richmond water heaters are designed to meet your home's water needs. Their innovative, energy-efficient products help you save money. Right now at Menards, get an 11% rebate on all Richmond water heaters.
Save big money at Menards.
The most important value at Schwabel Getz & Sieben is our commitment to our clients.
My team at Schwabel Getz & Sieben was incredibly responsive. Anytime I had a concern, I would have an answer almost immediately, and often those answers provided great comfort. That allowed me to take care of myself, take care of my son, and put my life back together again.
You need an experienced attorney on your side. Schwabel Getz & Sieben. Call or visit schwabel.com.
Ready? Okay.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Guys, what are the chances you can fix this?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
So like 1 in 100?
Fellas, I can fix this.
Like 1 in a million?
I can do it.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
G and T, yeah!
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 The Holiday Bonus Cash Sales Event is on now at Osseo Automotive, and that means big selection, big savings. Over 40 F-150s in stock with rebates up to $4,500. Drive home a new 2024 F-150 Super Crew STX for only $45,499 after Holiday Bonus Cash, or lease for $399 a month. Over 40 new Super Duties to choose from, like this 2024 F-350 4x4 for just $46,900. Osseo Automotive is Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet in Osseo, Rudy's in Whitehall, and Fountain City Ford.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
After 41 years of serving the Winona community, Holton's Jewelers is closing forever. Enjoy savings up to 70% off store-wide. Plus, take an additional 10% off the lowest prices. Save big at Holton's today. Hurry in.
Well, good morning to you. Snow returns back to the Coulee region later on this morning and into the afternoon and evening hours. Right now, you're taking a look here. This is a view of the last 6 hours, I believe. You see the bluish color there? That's snow going into the portions of the northern plains, extending right back into western areas, getting into Minnesota, as well as down to portions of Ohio, Iowa. I'm like going, what's going on? What am I saying? Ohio, not even close to that yet. You can see it right there now. It's moving in between Wilmar and the Twin Cities. So that's snow right there, edging closer as we get closer to the Mississippi River for us down in this location for the Coulee region. Take a peek here. That's the snow, as I've mentioned, right now coming out of Canada. Still holding on to Bismarck there as well, getting east of Rapid City and getting just along the Mississippi River. You can see it blopping in there right into the Twin Cities. That being said, that's accumulated snowfall right now. We've got cloudy conditions well up there, but you get closer to home here, we're looking at least clear skies to partly cloudy skies expected as we go into the next hour or two. But right now the skies are fairly clear for us. Excuse me. I've taken out the fog and low cloud activity that you saw over here just a little while ago in the last hour. Why? Because that was for going into Friday. But this thing is just between Sheboygan and Milwaukee. There's an area right in here called Cedarbug. They're experiencing at least about 105 mile per hour wind gusts right now with wind chills of at least minus 42 degrees. My goodness, right? That is ridiculous. So you guys see that's the fog I put back in there again, but I'll get rid of that in a bit. More of those areas of advisory still holding on, but nothing in our area. Current visibility right now, fog and low cloud activity is not an issue because the fog is just being kind of thwarted with the winds right now. The winds are kind of kicking up. There's even more winds to our west. And as it crosses the Mississippi, you see everything's pretty quiet right now. When I come back, I'll give you that look, what's happening for you, and what you should do for today to prepare yourself. Back to you.
In your consumer news this morning, Black Friday and Cyber Monday are fast approaching. A new survey from Bank of America shows younger generations plan to spend more this holiday season, with Gen Zers planning to spend an average of $3,300, millennials $4,000 compared to Gen X with $1,200, and baby boomers at just $800. A new government report shows problems with how student loans are supervised and tracked. The report found some loan services automatically took money from borrowers' bank accounts, even though some of those students did not sign up for autopay. Despite these errors, higher education experts say it's still a good idea to sign up for autopay if you can. The state of Oregon is celebrating a new electric vehicle milestone. State officials say more than 102,000 electric vehicles have been registered. 5 years ago, it was at 27,000. The state has a lofty goal, though, of 250,000 EVs on the road by next year. Could finding the right affordable home be just a few clicks away? With a difficult housing market and average mortgage rates still well above the 2021 low, some Americans are finding non-traditional ways to buy a home, buying them on the internet. Brian Abel reports.
Home ownership for many Americans has become increasingly out of reach.
When you go to the bank and you try to get a mortgage on this, and they're pretty much like, you're approved for this much and it's not even close.
A six-figure salary is needed to afford a new single-family home in most cities, according to a new Oxford economics report, nearly double what was needed in 2019. That, along with a housing shortage and higher interest rates, have some people looking for alternatives they can afford. Julie Johnson went to Facebook Marketplace.
It's 2,200 square foot, and for the price we paid a little over $50,000 for it.
More than 77,000 new manufactured homes were shipped this year through September, a 16% jump from that stretch in 2023, according to the U.S. Census. And now, Amazon is looking to cash in too, listing foldable and multi-story homes for under $30K. Local zoning ordinances and building codes may be a hurdle, but for Julie, planning ahead made her home the right choice.
It has honestly been such a blessing to us, because without a mobile home as an option, I really don't know where we would be.
That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:17. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett for a look at our forecast.
All right, Alexander, I'm going to go through this real quick here for you. Let's hopefully this works out. We're going to go right into the 7 a.m. hour for the kids going to school. For La Crosse, it's dry conditions right now, 36 degrees for you. We'll go into the 9 o'clock hour, increase the clouds to mostly cloudy with 38 degrees in the area with drier conditions. Snow showers pop in as we get into the late morning hours. You'll see that snow shower activity going right into the early afternoon as well. And that will continue becoming widespread snow showers. That will be light for today, and this will go into your evening commute as well. You can see as I stretch it out even more so going into Eau Claire, you're looking at least seasonably cool conditions. Temperatures in the 30s. You have at least partly cloudy skies for the morning hours going into the kids going to school with the winds that are just around 10 miles per hour. You're going to 9 a.m. and snow starts to get to you earlier. That's because it's getting closer to areas right by MSP. So that continues all the way into the 11 o'clock hour, 1 o'clock hour, 3, and of course the afternoon and all the way through the evening hours with the light snow. Now, that being said, I'm going to take you through La Crosse again. I know you just saw portions of La Crosse, but 36 with partly cloudy skies coming in, 20% chance of rainfall potential in the forecast, but we also see that you've got snow sneaking in around the 11 o'clock hour going into at least the 37 degree mark, and you have the light snow continuing on for the better part of the day today with temperatures pretty much in the 30s. Yikes, right? As you get into it, you're looking at the highs for the day, pretty much widespread 30s for you. You may even see an upper 30s as you get into areas by Lansing down to Prairie du Chien, 41 for Bosco, a little bit warmer. Remember I said it's breezy and gusty more so over to our east. As that happens, I want to show you the rainfall that's in the rainfall that's cutting out of the area, but we've got the dry slot right now. There's the snow kind of sneaking over, getting closer to the Mississippi River. It crosses there by the north. That's why it gets to Eau Claire faster by the 8 o'clock hour. Going in the noon hour, we've got it all here getting into the forecast, and that continues on all the way to the 3 o'clock hour with more spottier snow showers into the area, but it comes more widespread and a little bit thicker as you go through your evening commute. Now bear that in mind. From 6 o'clock going to 7 o'clock, you're in the thick of snow, and it begins to back off through the 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock hour for tonight, and that continues to go right back in with dropping colder temperatures. And remember, it's going to be breezy, so those winds are going to be up to 40 miles per hour, and that's going to mean that that's going to feel much colder on your skin, even in the overnight hours getting in the morning when you head to work in the morning. For some folks here, you'll also be seeing temperatures holding on to a little bit of extra snow moving over to the east and out of the air with a mix of rain and snow, and that's going to be a slushy mess, and that continues on thickening up going into the forecast. That being said, going into the 7 o'clock hour, so the kids will be dry, possibly going into tomorrow for school. All right, that being said, take a look at what I've got going on for you. 38 to 43 degrees. We've got light snow, 60% chance to a 40% chance, drier conditions coming in for the better part of the rest of this week. Back to you, my friend.
Thank you, Art. Time now is 6:20. Still to come, bird flu cases spreading across state lines, why health officials are stepping up their watch, and what this outbreak means for your family.
Coming up in the Blitz, an area speedster signing to run to the next level, plus highlights from a battle of area teams in the girls' basketball season opener. We're back shortly.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose American Waterworks.
Right now, at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, you can save up to $400 on stressless recliners when you donate just $50 to charity. You'll save $400 on the popular Mayfair style recliner, $200 off other stressless recliners or office chairs, and up to $600 on stressless sofas. All this when you make a $50 donation to charity. Don't wait, it's time for stressless. Donate and save at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
I've got arthritis in my joints. I would walk 10 steps and not have to sit down. I wanted to do anything other than go through the pain and the effort of the surgery.
That's when Mike discovered QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. All natural treatments to restore and repair your damaged joint tissue and get you back to living a normal life again with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime.
Afterwards, I felt like I really made the right choice. It's a tremendous success.
Join tens of thousands of satisfied patients who have found lasting relief from their joint pain. Request a free consultation and find out if you're qualified for this therapeutic breakthrough. Call 715-447-7968.
If you want to avoid the process of surgery and the pain and the effort, you need to go to QC Kinetics.
Isn't it time you got your life back? Call now for your free consultation. 715-447-7968. 715-447-7968.
When I called other lawyers, I wasn't even sure who was going to be representing me. Once I called BGR and talked to Brian, I felt secure immediately. I'm so glad that I called Bygoff and Rohde.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro. The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
A poultry processor goes out of business, leaving a lot of Wisconsin farmers in the red trying to care for their stock. Thursday at 10, we'll talk with a local farmer who found a unique way to avoid having to euthanize all their chickens. Thursday at 10.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, we're approaching Thanksgiving and the holiday season, so you know what that means. The winter sports season is here. Girls basketball competition beginning last night. Tipping off the season, Sparta and Arcadia in some non-conference play. Early in the first half, Raiders' Tatum Drazkowski gets the rebound, takes a peek around the court, decides to take it herself for coast-to-coast action, laying it in. And the Raiders again with it. This time it's Drazkowski getting out to Caitlin Bremer, who drains the corner three to go up 5. Spartans off to a bit of a slow start, but Lily Seifert jumps in front of the pass and she'll take it in for Sparta's first points of the season. And Seifert not just getting it done on the inside as she receives the pass and knocks in the triple, but it would not be enough as Arcadia spoils the Spartans' home opener, winning by 16. In the collegiate ranks, UW La Crosse hosting Bethany Lutheran. Big opening quarter for Lauren Milne. She was really asserting herself from the jump. Here she cans the wing three to put her side up 2, and the Eagle offense stalling for a possession. So Grace Nupp takes matters into her own hands, hits the pull-up J to extend the lead to 4, and then more Milne attacking the basket this time, putting the defender in the spin cycle, finishing in the lane. Fantastic move from the senior. She had 10 points in the first quarter. UWL uses a big second quarter to give them a comfortable lead, and they go on to win 71-56. It's always a huge accomplishment when our area athletes sign to play the next level, even bigger when they're going to the University of Wisconsin. Yesterday, Onalaska's Manny Putz made it official. Now, he didn't physically sign anything, but he will be running for the Badgers next season. Putz is one of the best runners in the nation at the high school level. He took visits to some of the top running schools across the country, but when it came to finding what was best for him, the answer was obvious.
Oregon had the best looking stuff. Oklahoma was my favorite color, but Madison, the team culture was amazing. They were so friendly to me. I was only there for 2 days for the visit, yet I had like the best time of my life there, and they treated me like family there.
Manny won his 3rd Wisconsin State title a few weeks back, but his cross-country season is not done just quite yet. He's set to compete in the Foot Locker Regionals at the end of the month, and he's already qualified for the Nike National Race, which is set for December 7th. Major congratulations to Manny, not just a fast runner, but a great person as well. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Join a group of mighty hunters with LCT's production of Deer Camp. Tickets are on sale now. Call or stop into the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
At Ashley, it's not just Black Friday. It's the Ashley stain-resistant fabric Where Have You Been All My Life Black Friday event. But don't wait. It's also the Ashley You Can Save Up to $1,000 store-wide Black Friday event.
Ready? Okay.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
Did you know that when you buy from Maury's, you get Maury's Promise? Maury's will always offer you our best price first, upfront, pure and simple. And our product specialists are commission-free, so there's no haggling necessary. Our lifetime powertrain warranty on new vehicles covers your engine and transmission nationwide for life. Also, our powertrain warranty on Maury's certified pre-owned vehicles covers you for 10 years, 100,000 miles, and much, much more. Maury's, moving life forward.
This is Franklin Graham. The southern part of the United States got hit by terrific storms this fall. So many people have been hurt. We all go through storms in life. It may be a marriage, it may be our children, it may be our health, cancer. Do you have an anchor to hang on to as you go through these storms? I do, and that's Jesus Christ. 50 years ago, I gave my life to Jesus Christ. If you've never done that, you can do that right now. Just pray this prayer with me. Just say, God, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry for my sins. Forgive me. I believe that Jesus Christ is your Son, that he died for my sins on the cross, and that he was buried, but on the 3rd day you raised him to life, and I would like to invite him to come into my heart and live from this day forward forever. Amen. If you prayed that prayer, call the number that's on the screen. If someone would like to pray with you, talk to you right now, just call that number that's on the screen. God bless you.
At Ashley, it's not just Black Friday. It's the Ashley, there's no way my husband's snoring is going to keep me awake now Black Friday event. But don't wait, because it's also the Ashley, you can get 0% interest for 72 months Black Friday event.
Join a group of mighty hunters with LCT's production of Deer Camp. Tickets are on sale now. Call or stop into the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, more Americans are getting bird flu. Now a Canadian teen is in critical condition. Mandy Gaither shows us what health officials are watching and how you can protect your family.
Sporadic cases of H5N1 spreading from animals to humans have prompted concern from U.S. health officials. The latest CDC data confirming 52 cases of bird flu in people since April.
As we think about a virus that might move from animals into humans and potentially cause the next pandemic, it certainly has everyone's guard up.
Ohio State epidemiologist Andrew Bowman says this latest strain of the virus came over to the U.S. in 2021 and has spread through wild birds in North America. So far in the U.S., those who have tested positive have had mild symptoms like eye redness or discharge and mild upper respiratory symptoms. The CDC says people who have tested positive have recovered from their illnesses after treatment with antiviral medications.
Every time we get the opportunity for the virus to move across species, there's the opportunity for a negative health outcome.
To reduce risk, the CDC recommends avoiding exposure to sick or dead animals, including wild birds, poultry, other domesticated birds, and unnecessary exposure to wild or domesticated animals like cows. The agency advises against drinking raw milk. They say pasteurized milk is safe to drink. Avoid exposures to things like animal waste, bedding, or other materials touched by an animal with suspected or confirmed bird flu. And for those who work with animals at risk of exposure, wear protective equipment.
At this time, I think it's heightened awareness, and there's no need to panic.
Bowman says the food supply in the U.S. remains safe and measures have been taken to control the virus. A new study shows another benefit of aerobic exercise in middle and old age. It could reduce the risk of dementia. That study reveals good cardiorespiratory health was shown to delay the onset of dementia by 1.5 years. People genetically predisposed to Alzheimer's reduced their risk by 1/3. Happening today, a special Thanksgiving gathering helps memory care patients stay active. The Aging and Disability Resource Center hosting its Spark program at Clearwater Farm in Alaska. The free event starts at 10:30 a.m., bringing together people with memory loss for activities and conversation. Also happening today, Gunderson Health System officials say they are low on blood. You can donate today at the Lower Education Center from 10 to 3. If you want to register ahead of time, you can visit the website at the bottom of your screen. America needs truck drivers, and Minnesota State College Southeast wants to help fill those jobs. The school showed off its transportation center yesterday, where students can earn a CDL in just 20 credits. Program leaders say these jobs aren't going anywhere because trucking keeps America's economy moving.
A lot of businesses out there that have transportation needs, and we're trying to do the best we can to fill those. And the best way to do that is by getting folks interested in trucking.
If you're interested, you can find more information on our website. Local churches are helping bring holiday cheer to families facing tough times. It's National Collection Week for Operation Christmas Child. This initiative helps families facing poverty provide gifts for their children on Christmas Day. It works by first getting a shoebox, labeling it with the child's age and gender, then filling the shoebox with gifts, and then taking it to a participating church and dropping it off.
Children all over the world, many of them who have never received a gift before in their life, receive a shoebox gift, which is a real wonderful thing for them. And through that, they are able to learn about how much God cares for them and loves them.
You can also donate $10 by going to the website or mailing it. Drop-off week lasts till November 25th. Did you know that donkeys are fast, smart, and can build lifelong bonds with other animals and even people? John Lauritsen takes us on a trip to Hee Haw Hollow in New Germany.
Diesel is a Kuni pig. He's the little guy in the middle that's spotted.
A visit to Brett and Kelly McNally's farm is like a visit to a zoo. There are sheep, goats, cats,
And if you want to talk to the McNallys, you have to get past the cattle.
We have Highland cattle. This is Savannah and Sweet Pea.
As social as these guys are, the farm really belongs to one animal.
We're coming, babies!
Good morning, babies.
A couple years ago, Brad and Kelly left city life for country living, in part because they wanted to find a place to raise both mammoth donkeys and mini donkeys.
One day, my daughter sent me this video about donkeys, about this girl and this donkey, and I totally fell in love.
We are very spontaneous people, generally speaking, so we just kind of rolled with it.
That meant learning about donkey farming on the fly. They quickly found out the animals build close bonds with people.
Look at that.
Veterinarians even say they become depressed when they're by themselves.
What he's saying right now is that I'm here, and why isn't anyone paying attention to me?
They can also be very protective, even the mini ones.
We have a bear out here, coyotes, bobcats, and you would see the tracks of those all throughout this pasture. Once we got the donkeys, you won't see another track from a predator.
It's believed that donkeys are smarter than most dogs. They've been known to open up doors on their own and let themselves out of the barn.
The reason we got into the mammoth donkeys is there's very few people breeding them in the U.S., and we want to help support that breed as well.
The McNallys also want to help increase the number of miniature donkeys, those that are 36 inches tall or shorter. Over the past 2 months, Bianco and Romeo became the newest members of Hee Haw Hollow.
Within an hour, they're walking, wobbling. Within 2 hours, they're running up and down the pasture.
The little ones are part of the inspiration behind the Fancy Farmer, a cafe that Brad and Kelly are opening in New Germany.
It will be donkey themed. We will have a small little fenced in area where we will bring the donkeys up so that people can come see a donkey.
The couple hopes their customers get a kick out of their donkeys as much as they do. An animal that comes in all shapes and sizes with a people-pleasing personality.
Good boy. They're so loving, so compassionate. I feel like they are really in tune with people.
It's the love. I mean, to come down and get a hug from an animal, have them put their head on your shoulder and just be happy to just stand there and just have you hug them as long as you want to hug them.
We all need that, right? The McNallys say a misperception is that donkeys are stubborn when in fact they are cautious. Misperception, is that a word or is it misconception? They do sell mini donkeys at Hee Haw Hollow, but they say they're careful about who they sell to because they want to make sure the animals are well cared for. Time now is 6:37. Here is News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect for our morning commute.
Okay, I'll be there in just a moment. My friend is switching over because I was doing some income reports going on to, I should say income, snow reports going on to the forecast scene right now. We're going to get up to it in a second here. I apologize about that. If you guys can switch that to something else real quick, we'll hold on to this coming up in a second here. We have snow coming into the forecast for the late morning hours. We're also going to be seeing that snow handle itself pretty well as we go through the day. We're looking at visibility issues right now, and I got to tell you, the visibility right now, you're seeing the temperatures in widespread 30s. The visibility issues right now are going to be pretty good, so we can pop that up right now. You can go to max 2, possibly, or max 1, and we can see that right now. We'll get into it with the visibility holding on as you go right into it. You're looking at possibly getting into at least 0 visibility issues, but you take it over to the Lake Michigan area, you're seeing there's some potential for some winds that are holding up to about 105-mile-per-hour wind gusts cutting through the area with a minus 42 wind chill in some cases. Yeah, there's your snow right up there as you get into portions of MSP, and you'll see that continue on. Some fog low cloud activity also kind of holding on to that, cutting across the Mississippi, but it kind of gets us a little closer to Arcadia, and then it's up and done. We'll go into this, how it plays out for the 7 o'clock hour. Kiddos already heading to school right now. They're safe today, but it's a different story coming back with, again, you can see the snow showers coming into the late morning hours, into the afternoon, and that continues on through the evening and into tomorrow. We get the AM snow coming in to the west, but it'll increase as we go through the day. As you can see, by 1 to 6 p.m. Here's a look at your current temperatures. You guys already know that. 36 in La Crosse, Eau Claire at 35, but it's going to feel much cooler on your skin because of those gusts that are out there. 24-hour temperature change. That's no joke. 19 to 23 degrees cooler on your skin. Coming up in our Buzz Report, the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul crashed the platform, but it also broke streaming records. Stay with us. We'll be right back when the bell rings. Stick around.
Beat the Black Friday crowd and come to Home Furniture's pre-holiday sale. Everything is on sale. Plus, get an extra 15% off floor models and clearance and pay no interest for 3 years. Don't wait. Hurry in for the best selection during the pre-holiday sale at Home Furniture.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Board Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Nutcracker Magical Christmas Ballet celebrates the season with America's favorite holiday tradition. Gather your loved ones and be enchanted by an all-star international cast. Returning to Pablo Center at the Confluence December 5th. Tickets at nutcracker.com.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Enjoy an early morning with a sausage McMuffin with egg. Right now, get 2 for just $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A grand piano is more than just an instrument. It's a statement of elegance and a source of endless inspiration. Its rich full tone can fill any room with warmth and beauty, and when you invest in a grand piano from Lighthold Music, you're enriching your life and the lives of those around you. Let their expert team guide you through the selection process and fine-tune your life with the perfect grand.
A lifetime of pleasure, satisfaction, and fun.
Everybody has an instrument. Yours is at Lighthold Music.
Lighthold Music.
Black Friday deals are here. Get in a Jeep, Ram, or Fiat today at Pischke Motors in La Crosse or Pischke Motors West Salem. Save over $7,000 off MSRP on the capable 2024 Jeep Compass 4x4. Come drive the newly redesigned award-winning 2025 Ram 1500. Over 20% off MSRP on all remaining 2023 Fiat 500X with all-wheel drive ready for the changing season. Stop in now because this offer ends November 30th. Start your search at Pischke.com. Then drive away in your new Jeep, Ram, or Fiat.
Celebrate the season at Home Seasonal Concepts. Enjoy 50% off the merriest selection of trees, wreaths, garland, and all your festive holiday decor needs. 'Tis the season to sparkle and celebrate. Shop holiday at Home Seasonal Concepts inside all home furniture showrooms.
Well, good morning to you as we go into it here. As we go into the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to see that snow is pretty much to our west, going into areas in Minnesota as well as into portions of Iowa. We'll also see as we go to the 1 o'clock hour, I would suggest maybe a little bit earlier than that now. We could see the late morning hours with widespread snow showers start to sneak across the area. They'll start to creep up by the time we get in the 1 o'clock hour. They will be widespread carrying over into the 6 o'clock hour. So you're afternoon and evening commutes are going to be filled with widespread snow and, of course, snow showers, of course, continuing on. And they will thicken up going to the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour through your evening commute. So bear in mind that's going to occur for you. Prepare for that. Put some air in your tires. Also, have the kids make sure they're bundled up as they go on because it's going to be much cooler on your skin once you get out there now in some locations. Now, that being said, I'm going to get you to the next graphic here, and we'll hold on to the possibility of, here, let me get this on here real quick, getting into the possibility of the current temperatures widespread in the 30s again. Now we take it over to areas right to the east between Oshkosh and Beaver Dam all the way down to areas right by Milwaukee. There's an area, Cedarbug, that's holding on to a wind chill of minus 42 degrees. That's how cold it's already getting in some locations. Right now, 24-hour temperature change, you're holding on. We're not going to see anything like that, but you're going to be seeing temperatures getting up to at least 22, 23 degrees cooler, about 18 or so locally for us with the winds pretty much working their way across into Minnesota and then trying to get across to Mississippi. They're in Rochester. The winds will pick up. We'll see winds up to 29, possibly to 40-mile-per-hour winds for the day. They'll kick up for La Crosse at 15 as we go into through the 6 o'clock hour right now. So that's going to kind of thwart fog and low cloud activity locally here, but eventually that cloud cover will start to move in by the late morning hours. You see by the time we get into the 9 o'clock hour, we're in winds that are at least 22 to 23 to 26 miles per hour. That will increase as you see those winds kind of picking up down to the south, 29 and walking. And in fact, you get into Prairie du Chien, about 29, near 30-mile-per-hour wind wind gusts. And up to the north, you just saw Ladysmith holding on to 25-mile-per-hour winds, and they'll taper down a little bit, but getting into the 30-mile mark going across Lansing, going right back into areas, as you can see, all the way through into Winona and continuing on for Rookwood, doing the same thing. We'll finish that out as we finish out pretty much the day. That will hold on to conditions to be very breezy and gusty. So you guys get the point. It's going to be chilly, seasonally chilly, but it's going to be at least a little bit cooler on your skin because of these winds. Now going into Eau Claire, you're looking at the rainfall to stick with us as we go with winds, temperatures in the 30s across the board, from the low to middle 30s. We'll also be seeing that the snow sneaks in around the 11 o'clock hour for us. And of course, we may even see a little bit of light rainfall coming in, about a 10% chance mixing with that. You got the highs for the day, widespread 30s for you as you take a peek here. Mostly cloudy skies are going to be expected with breezy and gusty winds. We're in that slot of dryness right now, but that will decrease and we'll get the clouds going widespread with us, with mostly cloudy skies holding on to that snow carrying over all the way into the 3 o'clock hour for the kids heading back home. You'll see the intensified snow coming in at least up to an inch or so, maybe an inch and a half, especially on grassy areas, as well as the surfaces, though, the warmer surfaces today, since we're seasonal, these surfaces will melt quickly, but the areas like grass, getting into the areas, again, once again, it's going to be a little bit limited up to about a half an inch to an inch of that. We'll see as we go back into it here, getting right back to your 8-day forecast, taking you into this real quick. Doesn't look like it wants to show up, but we're going to be seeing temperatures, again, as I showed you before. When I come back, I'll have a better overview of how this all plays out.
In our Morning Buzz report, the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was a knockout win for Netflix, according to the platform. The main event attracted more than 108 million live viewers, and it set a record for the most streamed sporting event in history. An estimated 56% of TV viewership was tuned into the fight, wow, between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern Time. The fight was #1 in 78 countries and in the top 10 for all 91 countries tracked. Rita Moreno is getting her own Barbie doll. Mattel is releasing the new doll, part of its tribute collection to honor trailblazing female figures. Moreno, who's turning 93 in December, is one of 21 performers to ever earn the lauded EGOT, which is winning an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. The doll hits shelves today.
They knew there was a problem, and instead they released data that suggested that there was no problem whatsoever.
Lead and Copper looks at how a lack of government oversight and cost-cutting measures led to the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Thousands of people were diagnosed with lead poisoning in one of the worst public health disasters in U.S. history. The documentary is now available on digital and VOD platforms.
I can't kill dragons.
But you will.
Here's your first look at the live-action reimagining of the beloved animated adventure How to Train Your Dragon. The new version, filmed for IMAX, is due in theaters June 13th. Cute dragon.
Yeah, I was going to say, all those dragons on there kind of makes me feel like my computer looks like right now.
It's like a dragon on fire.
Yeah.
It's about to be on fire.
Arthur, so I'm a king.
You're ready to go. Slay the dragon. Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Messiah's turning 8 weeks old today. He loves to smile, and he likes to be around his older brothers.
And Jordy's turning 8. She loves her dogs, cousins, and being a big sister to her younger brothers.
Right on. How about Evelyn? She's turning 88 years old today. She has 15 grandchildren and 23 great-grandchildren, as she is also a big Wisconsin fan.
And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, that's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button on the Home tab or on our website.
Time now is 6:48. Stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
I'm Gail King. Here's what's coming up on CBS Mornings. Anthony Mason sits down with the great Paul Simon for a very personal conversation about his recent hearing loss. And Gladiator 2 star, that's Paul Mescal, will be with us live in studio as Gladiator Week continues. That's coming right up on CBS Mornings.
Dear unbreakable spirit, you roam on paths called impossible. Own a legend, Toyota Trucks.
Lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $299 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
This is a hallway.
doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
If your home is looking drab, trade it in. Trade it in. The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in. Trade it in. If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in. Trade it in.
At King's Trade-In Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months no-interest payments at the King Furniture Trade-In Sale. Trade it in!
I think what clients appreciate most about their experience with Nicolay Law is just the way that we've handled their case. What we're able to do with our level of expertise is really level that playing field and say, no, here's what you need to give us because here's what's been taken from our client. If you've been injured in the Midwest, call Nicolay Law. We truly care about our clients, and we work very, very hard to make sure that we hold insurance companies and large corporations accountable for what they take from our clients.
US Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
Dear unbreakable spirit, you roam on paths called impossible. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $299 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
Yep, it's that time of year. But whether it's this or this, you can trust the First Warn Weather Team to help you plan your day right. First Warn Weather. When you expect more, turn to News 8.
A poultry processor goes out of business, leaving a lot of Wisconsin farmers in the red trying to care for their stock. Thursday at 10, we'll talk with a local farmer who found a unique way to avoid having to euthanize all their chickens. Thursday at 10.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Welcome back, everyone. It's 6:51. Time for your morning news now. A La Crosse man charged with killing his stepfather is due back in court today. 41-year-old Alan Fry has pleaded not guilty to first-degree intentional homicide and weapons charges. Investigators say he shot his stepfather Brady Fredrickson in January after an argument over a coat. Fry remains in jail on a $750,000 cash bond. President-elect Donald Trump tapped former TV host and heart surgeon Dr. Mehmet Oz as the administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Trump also announced his choice of Wall Street executive Howard Lutnick to lead the Commerce Department, and he said he'll nominate Linda McMahon, the former WWE executive, as Secretary of Education. For the second year in a row, the city of La Crosse has decided to not pay for a large item pickup service. Monday night, the motion to add $105,000 to the city's budget for large item pickup failed in a vote of 8-4. Without city funding, residents are required to get rid of those large items themselves. Some council members say removing the service has shown benefits, but others say it's created problems.
Your neighbors are required to talk to each other. You need to ask a family member that might help you or a friend. So we're actually encouraging people to talk to each other.
I think one of the main concerns is illegal dumping. We've seen just in the last year, there have been a couple incidents of illegal dumping.
Council members say the motion will most likely resurface in next year's budget plan. A local foundation's final fundraiser aims to help save lives. Schmitty's Bar and Restaurant will host the Joe Was Just Joe Foundation event this weekend. The group supports mental health and suicide prevention. Dave Clement started the foundation after losing his son Joseph, hoping to prevent other families from facing the same heartbreak.
He lost his battle with depression, and I just thought that I wasn't going to let that happen without something positive coming from it. We've had great success. I've had 9 families tell me that hearing Joe's story and hearing me talk about mental health has stopped one of their children from taking their own life.
This year's event will be held from 3 to 7 Sunday. In 15 years, they've provided more than $230,000 for local mental health programs. Holiday shoppers have fewer days to browse local stores this season. That has some local businesses worried. The Small Business Index says 8 in 10 small businesses count on holiday sales to hit their yearly goals, but some downtown shops are divided.
We're losing 1 week of anticipated Christmas type sales.
I'm really hopeful for the seasons. Things have been going really well the last few years, coming out of the pandemic.
Statistics show people will spend nearly 8% more this year. Happening today, a special Thanksgiving gathering helps memory care patients stay active. The Aging and Disability Resource Center hosting its SPART program at Clearwater Farm in Onalaska. The free event starts at 10:30, bringing together people with memory loss for activities and conversation. Also happening today, Gunderson Health System is holding a blood drive at the Lower Education Center from 10 to 3. If you want to register ahead of time, you can visit the website on your screen.
Remember, if you're going out there, it's going to be a little bit wet and slippery, and of course the wet roads. We go into late morning hours. Snow is going to be headed our way across the Mississippi. Breezy and gusty winds from 29 getting up to near 40 miles per hour. That will carry over to tomorrow as well. But remember, the snow is light. You may see about 1.5 inches getting up on some of the areas right by grassy areas on your grass, on your lawn, but on surfaces like roadways, and that will start to dissipate quickly. You'll get into the snow, as you can see, coming into the forecast as well, going to the late morning hours and continuing on through the day. Eau Claire will do the same thing as well. Temperatures in the 30s, and they're seasonal. That will continue on as we go into the next day or so. We'll start to see drier conditions coming into Friday and Saturday and Sunday. We may have about a 10% chance, but that's really unlikely. Snow is not an issue. Once we get into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you'll see cooler air coming back in the forecast with temperatures in the 30s, so much chillier. Some locations can get down into the 20s.
A USC student-built rocket is breaking records. The rocket, named the Aftershock 2, was designed and built at the student-run Rocket Propulsion Lab at USC. The group took their creation to a testing site in Nevada where they let it rip, sending the student-built rocket soaring at Mach 5.5 speed past the so-called Kármán line, the boundary separating Earth's atmosphere from space. According to the school, the rocket reached a staggering 470,000 feet of altitude, smashing the previous record. All right, well, pretty cool.
You said Kármán line. I thought that was somebody I dated once.
There were a lot of words that I was reading there that I was like, I'm not sure about the meaning of those. Very rocket scientist.
Oh, okay, esque.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your day.